you all for being here. And thank you to Mayor Brian Cardy and the whole team from Lansing for welcoming us to Lansing. So thank you, Mayor. Let's give you a round of applause. I am Donna Miller, the Democratic nominee for Congress in my 2nd Congressional District. And I also want to thank Congresswoman Robin Kelly for standing with the Southland and calling attention to the urgent needs of our residents. And every mayor who's here, which we'll get to in a minute, and every manager, every first responder, public works employee, utility worker, and community leader who's here with us today. You have all been working around the clock to make sure that we can put us back together. And let's be honest, our municipalities cannot carry this burden alone. I live in Linwood, right down the street from here, and I've experienced on a personal level the same devastating effects as other communities: the flooding, the tree damage, utility outages, streets made more dangerous by debris. But we have been spared the worst of it in some of our communities. Across the Midwest, more than 600,000 customers have lost electricity after Tuesday's storm. There have been more than 170 confirmed tornadoes in Illinois this year, more than any other state, and nearly 3 times the national average. The climate crisis is not a distant warning, it's in our backyard. It's in all of our backyards. So I extend my sympathy and my demand for swift federal relief that affect our community here in the Southland, but also across all of Illinois, and to our neighbors in Indiana, which is literally right down the street from where we are today. Climate change does not obey municipal borders or state lines. They are neither red or blue. They impact all of us, and they have already cost American taxpayers $12 billion in damages this year. But when you're that one person who has to get a tree off of your house, or your tree fell in your yard, and the cost is $10,000, $5,000, that is a heavy burden to each person's home. And in the Southland, we are too familiar with this reality. I want to thank Cook County Board President Tony Preckwinkle for issuing a local disaster proclamation and making county resources available to support our municipalities. It also allows Cook County to coordinate personnel, equipment, and recovery assistance while documenting the full extent of the damage. There's an excellent EMRS department here in Cook County, and I want to thank them as well for contacting all of these mayors and being round the clock. I also want to thank Governor Pritzker for coming to Lansing to offer comfort, meet our residents here, and meet our first responders. And we are ready to work alongside our state partners to mobilize every available resource. But this job is bigger than one municipality can manage alone. Last year, Illinois sought federal assistance after 2 devastating storm periods, and the Trump administration denied both requests and appeals. Cook County ultimately established a $15 million relief fund program because Washington turned their back on the Illinois families and refused to help us in our time of need. Disaster assistance is not a favor from the president. It's not a political reward. It's a commitment that our federal government makes to every American in a time of need. And now we are in need here in the Southland. So today we're calling to make sure the Trump administration comes to evaluate the disaster based on damage, based on loss, based on the anticipation of future climate disasters that are sure to come. And we're calling on for the bipartisan act of FEMA Act of 2025 to come to the floor. There is no excuse for leaving bipartisan disaster legislation sitting in Washington while families are here standing in the wreckage of their homes. Our mayors are doing their jobs. I'm so happy to see many mayors here today.